All right, what's good, everybody?
It's good.
Um, we're talking. We got a fun one today, Yash. We're talking the trade deadline. There's already been some big moves to go down today, and seems like more on the way. I think Brees Hall should be a name that might get moved here in these next couple. Well, we got
For
an hour
sure.
15 till the deadline. With how many moves the Jets have made, can definitely see him going. Tony Pollard's still a name to monitor for fantasy purposes, and then maybe another defensive move here or there. How you doing today, Yash?
I'm doing great. The fallout of Hollow Weekend is among us. I think I won in every fantasy league this week. I won in a league because Roma Dunze dropped zero. I won by like two
W.
fantasy points. Ugh,
I
beautiful.
lost a league because of Roma Dunze, but it is what it is.
All.
All right, so let's kind of talk through some of these trades that we um, missed earlier today. We'll start from maybe the earlier ones that went through. Patriots, Keon White, Kyle Duggar doesn't move us. Jets got John Mechie.
Yeah, they got him from the Eagles with
Yeah.
that one trade.
Mm-hmm. Jalen Phillips to the Eagles.
Which weird, the Jets have gotten two receivers so far
Mm-hmm.
as like throw-ins, quote unquote. But like that, okay. So Arian Smith definitely droppable. I don't know how deep some of you guys are in the sauce, but I was that deep in the sauce, and I have Arian Smith rostered in a 12-man dynasty league. Probably gonna drop him.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I would drop him. I would have dropped him a couple weeks ago, to be honest. He's
I
been
mean, I'm a guy who just holds. I just hold players on my roster. Like I was gonna drop him for Xavier Hutchinson, but I just always have low waiver priority because that's just I always work the waiver like that. I always just pick up guys.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um Jalen Phillips to the Eagles is fun. Nice buy from Howie. Cowboys first defensive move. I wonder, did you see all the Jerry Jones stuff about like, oh, we already made a trade and I don't want to. I'm not sure who. I can't tell who it is yet. Last night he was saying that, so I wonder if this was who he was talking about, or if he was talking about Quinnen Williams. Seems like based off the timing,
Williams.
Logan Wilson was probably it. And then this is the first one that I think is really impactful for fantasy. But we had Jacoby Myers go to the Jaguars. As a Raider fan, I'm super sad to see my boy Jacoby go. Yash, how do you feel about this move?
Um, I mean, I had talked about Tyler Lockett being maybe pick upable last week before this week's games because I was like, Jacoby might get traded. And it's kind of weird that they just randomly picked up Tyler Lockett. Tyler
Mm-hmm.
Lockett played over both the rookies were a healthy scratch this weekend. And
Yeah.
they just played Tyler Lockett as the true number
They
three.
weren't healthy scratches. They just didn't play. Like they were active for the game, but they played 0% of offensive snaps. So
Okay,
basically
so
a scratch, but not
anywho,
not that bad. Sorry to say.
um, technicality. But this year, Tyler Lockett's basically been saying playing the same exact position as Jacoby. Like if you look at the snap split right now, it's like he kind of plays on the outside, mostly plays slot. Trey Tucker, like I feel like Trey Tucker is a big riser for me. I mean, we already know what Brock Bowers is. I don't really think you can rise
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Especially after this weekend. So you just have to, put the respect back on Brock Bowers' name. It's just how I would. Oh, it's good, Frizzle. Whatchamacallit. You got Andrew, different Andrew today. What's good, Andrew? But you just gotta put like his respect. You gotta put the respect back on Bowers. If you know what to expect from him. Trey Tucker's a riser. I think Tyler Lockett's gonna play more than like Jack Betch or Deontay Thornton.
Yeah,
And
Trey
then
Tucker is now the wide receiver one. But I do want to say with what the Raiders did showed us in the two games with Brock Bowers, it's 12 personnel all day. For those that don't know what 12 personnel means, it's one running back, two tight ends, So that only leaves room. So you have 5 skill positions on the field at a time. That only leaves room for 2 wide receivers, right? So we're not seeing 3 wide receiver sets. We're not seeing a lot of slot two guys on one side, and then we got the X on the other side. We're not used to seeing that or we're not gonna see that very often, and I think even more so now after this trade. So the big question for the Raiders is who is going to be that second guy in the 2 wide receiver sets. Obviously, we know Trey Tucker's the one now. Is it Tyler Lockett? Maybe if they're going duo on one side, Lockett can still be the slot guy, but I doubt they want to throw Lockett out as the X or the Z. Is it Jack Besh? Is it Dante Thornton? Is it a split of those guys? Who knows? I don't know how impactful it's going to be for fantasy. If it's just a weird mix of the 3 guys, I don't think then it really will matter who. It certainly is something we need to monitor as fantasy owners, but I'm not getting super crazy about Raiders' third, fourth option in the
I
offense.
was about to say,
I think a sneaky takeaway for me is Ashton Genty in the receiving game. We saw Genty getting an increased workload this week. He saw 5 receptions on, I want to say 5 targets, and he had a receiving touchdown. So I think that is something that we can expect to see more of. And I hope so. Because I think in week 1, too, when they were running with Brock Bowers, 2 tight end sets, I think that Genty also had an increased workload in the past game. So that definitely helps his floor out a lot for fantasy. So I'm big on that. Let's talk about the Jacoby Myers side of things going to the Jaguars, because I think this is a great get for them. You know, we've watched them all year and their offense has really, really struggled with drops, right? Fun fact about Jacoby Myers, he didn't have 1 drop all last season. So
this year
I
he's
think
like top 5 in drops,
they
though. I
got a big
think.
weakness this year.
Yeah, I just saw like I think I screenshotted it. It was like a PFF like post on their Instagram story. It was something about like him having oh, here it is. Third lowest drop rate. My fault.
Yeah,
My
that's what
fault.
I'm saying. Like
I thought it was high.
Jacoby doesn't drop passes. And I think too, like now he goes from the Raiders, who, let's be honest, have not been competitive this whole season. Now he goes to this Jaguars team that has playoff aspirations. He gets to be still a main target getter and a better offense. Actually, might not be a better offense, but we'll see. Do you think that the Jaguars making this move, is that concerning for how they're viewing the Brian Thomas injury? Does that mean that they think it's more serious? Is he going to miss a couple weeks?
Maybe they're
How?
viewing the Travis Hunter injury more serious, if
Well,
anything.
yeah, Hunter already got put on IR. To be fair,
Yeah. So he might just be out for like the
the rest of
season.
the season, yeah,
Like it might not be oh, he'll be back. Like this might be we're competitive, let's stay competitive. Travis Hunter, we can play him 30% now. Put him in the red zone or whatever, right? Give him a big play opportunity. But I think it more so hurts Travis Hunter out of anyone. I feel like Brian Thomas is pretty safe, like as an X wide receiver. Like his role is very secured out of
yeah.
everyone. I think them moving Jacoby is almost working backwards with them involving Travis Hunter in the offense. Maybe he becomes more of a defensive player short term, you know?
I just think Travis Hunter might be out the rest of the season, because I think Jacoby's contract is up after this year. So like this has no long-term implications for me for um
I think it
Travis
could just
Hunter.
see if he does come back. I think
I
it could just
doubt
be
it.
less offense
I
for
doubt
him.
it.
Let him develop.
So he was on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Yeah, this is his last year under contract. So
What do we
no
think of
long
this
term.
to Parker Washington? Let's talk about
Hey,
that.
he's you can't start. Maybe keep him rostered, because if Brian Thomas misses some time, he still can get some touches, but I just wouldn't go as crazy. Frizzle, I think you can still pick him up, but I just if you have like a super high waiver priority, I don't know if I would burn it on him. there might be.
Who is top of your waiver wire this week so
Yeah.
far? Let's talk
Mhm.
about that. Brandon Cooks, I feel like I don't want
Yeah.
to. It's like annoying, bro, because the Saints just suck with Tyler Shuck. Like they used to give you fantasy production at least with Rattler, but now they just like they're like the Titans now, bro. Like
Yeah.
the Saints used to be like the Dolphins in terms of fantasy. Now they're like the Titans. So
What's up, ATL?
good Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll get into waiver wire more. I need to like look at the names. My mind is like so trade deadline oriented right now that I need to like look at our tier list and look at people I might be adding.
Do we think that the Cowboys getting stronger on defense is going to lessen our expectations for how firepower heavy this offense is, because they won't the whole like thought process was that defense play from behind, air out the rock. They have a good running back, they have a decent O-line. If their defense is good enough, they can play normal play style game scripts, not have Dak drop back 40 times a game or whatever it is right now and throw for 300 yards. Is that worrisome?
I
Look,
I have some thoughts for this Cowboys trade. So
let's hear it.
first of all, my first gut reaction is like, what the fuck are the Cowboys doing? Like, why are they giving a first round pick for Quinnen Williams? Like, I like Quinnen Williams as a player. Like, he's definitely worth that. But like, let's be real here. Let's look at the playoff picture for the NFC. Right now, the Cowboys are currently 11th in the NFC with a 3-5-1 record behind the Bears, Panthers, Vikings. NFL.com has them with a 5% playoff probability. Why are you giving up first round picks? Like, I know the defense has been awful, but that's just, I don't see the Cowboys making the playoffs this year. Like, especially after that loss to the Cardinals. Like, I don't know, man. I think Quinnen Williams will help out their run defense. Quinnen Williams is known as one of the best run defenders in the NFL, right? And you already have Kenny Clark plug in the other gap up the middle. So I think we need to reconsider running back matchups maybe when facing the Cowboys. Like they're not the just everyone sucks defense that
Yeah.
they have been. Like they are a little more competent in the front seven. But this, unless they make a move for a corner, the secondary is still awful. Like I still don't think it's a great defense. Like it might be a little better, sure, but they're still going to get thrown all over. They still have nobody that can cover in the back end. I think they'll be better versus the run, but that's really it. I don't understand why they're buying. Like, it
Was
rubs
it
me the
their
wrong way
own
for sure.
first, or was it one of the first they got from the trade? Or do
I
we don't
think
know?
I saw that someone said whatever first is better is the pick that they got. Let me go back to my article and see if this has details. Quinnen Williams, first round, second round pick, Mozzie Smith, 2026.
Got Booty Parker.
This information is just wrong. Let me see if I can find another source.
Frizzle, since you have Booty, what are our thoughts on Kyle Williams as sneaky deep pickup? I think I saw Coach speak about Mike Vrabel saying they're gonna give him more opportunities, and he's only been playing like 10 snaps a game. I think
Wait, who?
Kyle Williams for the Patriots. Very deep at this point, would not be a waiver wire priority. But I don't know what Mike Vrabel's exact wording is. I want to go find it. Would stand to benefit from more snaps. Okay.
All right, let's look at the some of these other trades that went through. The other big one is Rashid Shaheed, which
Boy. So Cooper Cup, what do we think about him? Droppable?
I was gonna say that's the biggest fallout for me is that Cooper Cup is now pretty much a non-asset. I guess you can cancel your waiver claims for Torrey Horton. It was a fun week while it lasted. Um, I don't think this really impacts Shaheed too much. Like it might be a slight bump if anything, but I don't think it really is going to translate to anything super different from him. Like he's still the number 2 option in an offense. I'm sure this
Role player.
offense is going to be better. Darnold might be. I think Darnold's better downfield than both Rattler and Shaw have shown. So I think that could help Shaheed. We could see for sure maybe some more ceiling weeks where we're seeing him catch a 60-yard touchdown, seeing him get downfield a little more. Especially with the threat of JSN in the offense. Like that is now a pretty fun offense to think about, to be honest. But maybe slight bump. We'll talk about Yash and I are planning to pull up our wide receiver tiers and see just how impactful these moves are for fantasy.
That's our brain.
To be honest, like they have 5 first round picks in the next 2 years now. Like they did just give up their core of players to do this, but it's a full rebuild, man. They're 1-7. What else can they do? I think the Cowboys are more brain dead to be giving up first when they're not even going to make the playoffs this year.
Waiting for that Breeze trade to come any minute now.
Oh yeah. I think Cup is still going to be on the team. That's for sure. I'm just saying, like, for fantasy purposes, like, I don't think Cup is really going to matter the rest of the season.
He's got to be like receiver 3 now. Like,
yeah, and he'll probably just be reduced to purely a slot guy.
or like a blocker.
Yeah. Frizzle, it's coming, man. We got an hour. Yeah, 57 minutes till the deadline, guys. Maybe drop in the chat who you guys are hoping to see traded. I know we're all hoping for that Brees trade, but are we sweating Tony Pollard? Are we sweating our running backs on these? Are we sweating our Kimani Vidal shares? Are we sweating our Kareem Hunts of the world? Hoping that we don't see a running back go to these teams?
Dude, Brees Hall to the
No,
Chiefs would be
no.
awesome.
I don't think Frizzle. I do not think that Cup gets traded. He'll be in Seattle the rest of the season. Like I was saying, I don't think he's going to be startable in fantasy. When I was saying droppable, I mean for fantasy. Yeah. You go ahead, Josh.
No, the QB issues just make me laugh at the draft this year and Shadur Sanders falling to the 5th round. Like the Jets could have hypothetically just drafted Shadur Sanders in the 4th round, thrown him in there, seen what happens. Like so many teams just don't even have a quarterback right now. They could have drafted him as like a backup.
Raiders, man.
Yeah, like it's funny to me. Like I'm not even a Shadur Sanders truther. I just think it's like funny. Like you got a talented guy just fall.
Let's talk about the other trade the Jets made. So the other big move that the Jets made, obviously, was Sauce Gardner. Who saw this one coming, right?
Rattler to the Jets.
So Sauce Gardner to the Colts. They gave up 2 first-round picks to do so. And I think it's a big get for a lot of reasons, right? So first of all, a big thing that we have been looking for this week when we're looking at wide receiver matchups on week-to-week basis, the Colts secondary obviously has been one that we've just been targeting week to week. They've been awful up to this point. Besides their slot guy, Kenny Moore, now we know Sauce Gardner follows, like his role is to trail the team's wide receiver 1. So now we got to think about that when we're thinking about the Colts, right? They're no longer going to be this pass funnel defense that we've expected them to be. which honestly, I kind of like this defense now after this move. They had a big need at outside corner. They went and got one, right? And then they give up Adonai Mitchell in the deal, which I think the biggest takeaway I have for this is that means they really believe in Alec Pierce. Because it's not like Alec Pierce is under contract for the next like 3 years. Like they didn't see AD Mitchell getting on the field. Like Alec Pierce is a free agent after this season. Like that shows me that the Colts really like him and they're going to re-sign him. And parting ways with AD Mitchell was cool to them because of that. So I think even before this trade, I was starting to come around to Alec Pierce a little bit more. If you look at him in years past, he's really only been a deep threat. That's been the only role he's had with this team. They're now letting him run more of like your traditional outside wide receiver routes. Like he's running out routes, he's running comebacks, he's running dig routes across the middle. They're letting him do a little more of that wide receiver stuff. And I think it's because he's developed. So I think I'm going to have to start considering Alec Pierce a little more in my week to week rankings, something that I'm thinking. And if he's a free agent in any of my leagues, like go and get him. I think most leagues he's probably rostered at this point, but he's probably sticking around somewhere.
Near 10 mans someplace.
Yeah. What do you think about Alec Pierce, Josh?
I like him. I think he's talented. I think he's already like kind of proven himself this season just in terms of play time over Josh Downs. Like he's just able to actually play the game of football. He's able to block. Like he's a good deep threat. I've always liked him. I always liked looking at him in my deep leagues where I take him in like the second to last round. But I unfortunately did not draft him much this year.
Yeah, I mean his numbers aren't crazy, but like 10 targets in last 2 of 3 weeks, 60 yards and or over 60 yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 7 games this year. Like you could definitely do worse than Alec Pierce, I think. And I think that's my biggest takeaway from this for fantasy. And then Adonai Mitchell, I don't know how like I'm excited to see that he'll probably get on the field more, but him going to the Jets isn't like the most exciting offensive environment still. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Are you adding AD Mitchell? Do you think he's gonna suddenly now become viable for fantasy on week to week basis? What do you think, Josh? Oh,
Well,
we got Dale in
first
here.
of
What's up,
all,
dude?
what's good,
Yo, what
Dale?
up, what up?
When does Garrett Wilson come back? Like, is he coming back? Like, is he still questionable? Like, how's that working? Right? Because I'm just gonna assume, right? I'm gonna make an ass out of you and me and assume that the receiver core is gonna be something like Garrett Wilson, AD Mitchell, John Mechie. And then or like I don't know, maybe that's honestly crazy. Like honestly, they might still just rock with Josh Reynolds. Like I don't know, it's just ugly. I'm not liking it. Like Justin Fields, what has he done? He like can barely support receivers, you know.
It
Um,
does seem like Garrett Wilson is coming back this week. Aaron Glenn said yesterday that he's practicing this week.
and I is Garrett Justin Fields even gonna start? Like I was seeing something like Aaron Glenn wasn't telling us who he's starting at QB this week.
I think Fields bought himself another starter too with how he performed against the Bengals.
But yeah,
I
like you
know
said,
that defense is
just I'm
awful
not
this year.
excited about the offense or the environment.
Yeah. Yeah, Bronson, we were just saying that Cup I don't see him mattering the rest of this fantasy season, minus injury to Shaheed or JSN. Connor said he made a trade, Genty and Algier for Kyron Williams. Ooh. I don't know if I love this trade for you, Connor, to be honest. One thing I was talking about, we were talking through the Jacoby Myers, is the increased receiving workload for Ashton Genty, and how that really makes me bullish on him rest of the season. If you look at his 2 games where Brock Bowers has been fully healthy and the Raiders have been really doing what they wanted on offense, he's been more utilized in the receiving game across those 2 games, 7 targets, 7 receptions. I like to see that, and I think that just that's fair, but my argument is that with Bowers healthy and the Raiders getting to do what they want to do, like running 12 personnel all day, their offense actually has looked competent in those 2 weeks, and they've played pretty good defenses. They played the Patriots in week 1 and then the Jaguars last week, scored over 20 points both those matchups, and Genty found the end zone in both those matchups. And I think that the worry with Genty is bad game scripts, right? The Raiders get down so bad that they just can't even run the ball. Like how the Chiefs game went for him. That is the downside with Genty. But in good matchups, like I think he can still get there. He does have a nice week 17 matchup against the New York Giants. So if you get to your fantasy championship with Ashton Genty, could be a nice little spot there at the end of the season. What do you guys think about Genty?
Honestly, I don't love putting like all my eggs in one basket for Genty right now, just because of the Raiders. Kind of you're talking about it, but feels like when the game script is bad for the Raiders, Genty is just has that kind of big bust potential. Obviously he has boom potential, and I think he's a great real life running back. But I don't know. He scares me coming into these like championship weeks. His floor is negative. Yeah, I will say on this trade, I do like that you have Corum and Kyren. That's the one thing that I do like. Yeah, I don't hate it, honestly. I think that having that kind of Kyren Corum stack can be solid. If anything happens to Kyren, you have that handicap locked down. So I think it's okay. I don't despise it.
I don't like selling Genty, especially if it's just for someone like Kyren, who I feel like is just losing a share in his offense, not gaining a share in his offense, right? Like Genty's rising in his offense, right?
Yeah.
Brock Bowers back, 12-man sets, like Ant was saying, right? 2 tight ends out there. That's more blockers. Gotta love that for him. Means more play action and running and fun stuff, I'm sure. And, he's getting more involved in the receiving game too. And that's kind of where his floor is getting raised in fantasy, which I think is a good thing. But that said, I agree with you. The Raiders stink. So I'm not too excited about Genty. That's just my upside case for him.
Yeah,
His floor is not negative, Connor.
I think Kyren is in a nutshell like an upgrade over Genty, but like you were saying, Yosh, like I feel like Genty's trending up and Kyren's trending down. It's just not a move that I really feel crazy about. Like if you want to sell off Genty, I would rather do it for a different name than Kyren, to be honest. But I think it's fine. It's you're not gonna lose your league because of that move, like minus injury. But I might be higher. I think it's my thing is I'm just a little higher on Genty than most, and I think I'm becoming a little lower on Kyren than most. I don't know. Let's look at the fantasy playoff schedule. Give me a moment.
To talk about Bronson's though, I like Bronson's move, trading Olave and JCM for Pittman. I think Olave's sell high maybe right now while you can. Because the Saints, I don't know. Why are we starting Tyler Shuck? Like he sucks at football. Why did we draft him in the second round? I know I'm honestly just a Saints fan at this point, bro. Why do we draft him in the second round? Why do we not draft just like Shadur Sanders in like the third or the fourth or the fifth? Like instead we are going from Spencer Rattler, who was playing decent football, started struggling with turnovers for like 2 games out of like 8 of being on a bad offense. And it's just like, what are we doing? So love selling on Olave. JCM, I mean, we all know how Bill's playing right now. Get him off your roster if you can. And Pittman, I mean, he's on a solid offense and he's playing good.
Man, JCM has got to be one of the saddest turnarounds in the league right now. I'm like, oh my goodness. What happened to that man? Like, bro went for 100-yard game, scored the touchdown, like rookie running back on the Commanders, and dude, oh my gosh, yeah, that's terrible. If I could
Chargers run D.
if I could get a box of crackers for JCM in fantasy right now, I'd probably take it. Like, it's just so sad to see. Yeah, it's interesting the take you make on Olave. I actually liked Olave quite a bit. Like, I was starting to kind of see what you were saying with Olave before Shuck started. But
Shuck's
with
just
the
taking it.
with the with the Shaheed trade, do you feel like that kind of brings any more upside to Olave, or do you think that he's already kind of maximized his target share in that offense, or does that bring any implications in for you, or not really?
I'll say this, okay, because here's actually me thinking that, like, deep down. I had mentioned they probably want to showcase Shaheed before they trade him, right? Kelly Moore, whatever that guy's name is,
Yeah.
does a lot of like schematic
Kellen.
stuff. Yeah, Kellen does a lot of schematic stuff in his offense, right? I had said doo-doo brain stuff, but like when they just scheme up Rashid Shaheed to be like top dog this week and then trade him, like you'd boost his draft stock, so to speak. It's exactly what they did. They threw to him the most out of any receiver. When Tyler Shuck originally started for the first half last week, he also threw to Olave for like another 7 or 8 targets, right? Like Olave's target share didn't go down when Tyler Shuck played the first time. That said, like, what are 8 to 9 targets a game for Chris Olave from Tyler Shuck going to do? Like, that's what I think we should expect. 8 to 9 targets a game from Chris Olave, back to his, line of over under 61.5 receiving yards, 1.3x times for a TD. Like, that's where we're at with Olave, I feel like.
Right. How much of a I'm going to ask you another question here. How much of a tier gap is there for you between Pittman and Olave at this point?
I love
both
Pittman.
you guys.
I might be really
Pittman's
high
been
on
balling,
Pittman.
dude. No,
Pittman easy top 10 for me, and like Olave, I
Top
want to put him
10?
top. Dude, who's doing better than Pittman right now? I think Sutton needs to get dropped to like 14 or whatever, not like super far. But like Olave's at like 18, probably like 18 to like 24 now. He's like a mid receiver too, high end receiver too.
Yeah.
This is something you guys bring up interesting points. I needed to readjust my wide receiver tiers. And I think now is a good time to do so. Let me answer ATL's questions first. Said you got Myers and Chubb for JCM and Darnold. Yeah, if you're not starting Darnold, that's a smash. I think Myers is going to be the most startable person in that deal outside Darnold.
Yeah, definitely.
So first move I'm making with this is I'm taking Puka out of his own tier. It was a good run, but I just think these other guys are giving you just as much as Puka, and are dealing with less injuries, it seems, every week. Unfortunately, with Puka's play style, like he just has so much injury risk because of how much the Rams use him like over the middle of the field. And I also wanted to. So I have Chase as my 1 rest of the season, and I'm sliding JSN to my 2. And then I think I'm keeping all these guys in S. And I wanted to move up Drake London. And I wanted to slide Adams to the top of this tier. Where does Jacoby fit into this now with his new situation? Right.
Put him up with Jay Addison for that might be a little cute.
Yeah, I was gonna.
We move up Marv.
I wouldn't take him over
there.
Marv.
Let's start with fixing E tier. Okay, who do we want to rise?
E tier needs to be
E-tier?
fixed too, for sure.
We'll go to E tier. We'll rise people out of E tier, rise people out of D tier, lower people from C.
Does Pittman go to B?
I think he goes to A. Like, what is Nico giving you? What is Jalen?
I have him here.
Yeah,
maybe.
Where's T at? T rising for you?
Yes. Yeah, I just slid T up. I think T can
Okay.
maybe even go here too, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say I
super
feel
more
like
busty for me
Might
right
put
now.
T
he might be like end of B.
here. And then I think I gotta keep AJ Brown still right by Devontae Smith.
DK down to D. We finally saw him not overperform his targets.
I'm still keeping DK at C. I think that was just a really weird game script. Like they just didn't throw him the ball. Like I don't know. He's been so involved in the offense, and then like this week just wasn't. And then the Steelers were also winning the whole game, so they weren't forced to throw a whole lot. I don't know. I still believe in DK and what he's done more so than maybe I could slide him behind Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, but like I think I'd still take him over everyone else in this tier. I think I want to bump Tet down. Maybe bottom of this tier, maybe D. What do you guys think about Tet? I'm a little panicked on him just because of the
Put him in
offense.
D.
You know, I'm always a little high on Tet. He went for what, like 16 and a half fantasy points this week?
No, he went for 8.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe that was
dude.
last week.
Ted's been like he's still getting the volume, but it's just like the Carolina pass game has no volume. Like Bryce Young's throwing for like 100 yards a week. They're just slamming the rock with Rico Dowdle 25 times a game. Like,
yeah, no, Ted's definitely fallen for me. I'm thinking about it the past couple weeks. Honestly, it's just like he's not rising quite as much as I hoped he would rise. You know, I still think there's a bright future for Ted, but
Not
just
this
don't
year.
know. Yeah, you gotta, yeah, I think he's still like fine in flex. Like I think you can flex him, or he's a fine wide receiver 3, but like it's just not like somebody that I'm, not getting the return I hope for drafting him in the 4th round.
I think I'm
Is Marv's QB Jacoby Brissett or Kyler Murray?
Yeah. That's the real question. If it's Jacoby Brissett, then give me Marv. But if it's Kyler, give me Tet.
Crazy, by the way. That Kyler's just a mismatch, bro. He can't. I don't know. He just
It
can't.
literally just seems like
use-
like he can't utilize the offense. Like he's just like too short or something. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how he
played too much COD, bro.
I don't know. Like he can't make the same kind of throws that Brissett does. Maybe like I don't know. I'm pretty out on Kyler. Like he's been pretty abysmal.
All right. Anything else we should move around here? I think I need to move around this E tier a little bit. I might move Terry to the bottom just because he's been so injured this year, man. It's like really tough to know what to do with him, especially with the Jane Daniels injury. Like, I don't feel great about starting Terry with Marcus Mariota as the quarterback. I don't know. Where are you guys at?
Lower Debo.
I think, I might need to lower Debo too. I think Debo might be in this range of guys, to be honest.
And then are we ranking Khalil Shakir?
He kind of fits into the mix of these guys, I think.
Any of these guys deserve to get thrown onto the tiers. Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Finally showing up.
Where's Juwan?
Right there. I think so.
Travis, I left off all the injured guys. Matthew Golden.
Demario Douglas.
Where's Romeo Dobbs? Because I think I'm just disrespecting Romeo Dobbs. Is he even on here?
No, he's not. No. You have to go and make his face.
Romeo Dobbs, I think, fits into this E tier of guys, especially now that Kraft went down. Like, there's a lot of targets to go around in that offense.
Watson actually looked decent.
Yeah, Watson. I think Watson got hurt again, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro is made of glass. He's actually made of glass.
Yeah. Bro spent triple the time injured as opposed to healthy in the NFL. Since the new COD dropped. Oh, that's funny.
Did you see the full trade for Quentin Williams? Man, it's
maybe I'm wrong.
First round pick, second round pick, and Mozzie Smith for Quentin Williams.
Yeah, it's dumb, dude. It's dumb.
But it's a 2027 first, so it's like,
A better class. The 2027 class is better than the 2026 one. Like, maybe the Cowboys just think they're gonna be better in 2027. Maybe they're.
That's why I'm like trying to sell
But like
mine.
a second round pick isn't nothing in the NFL.
Their
Like
second round pick
T.
this year
Higgins
is
was
gonna
a
be an
fucking
early
second round pick.
second.
Like Justin Jefferson was a late first round pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown was what, third, fourth? Rashee
Late.
Rice third.
Something
Like
like that.
I'm just looking at the wide receiver
I think
tiers
Rashee
now.
Rice is second round pick.
Yeah, he was. I think you're right. DK Metcalf was a third. I know that. Ladd McConkey was a 2. Yeah. I
Shaheed
don't
was
know.
undrafted.
All right. Let's adjust. I think Diggs might actually
Just
with
doesn't
the
play
Buddha
enough.
injury. Yeah. I think I might slide DJ Moore right here behind Jacoby. I think Jacoby's
What about
top
Jameson
tier
Williams?
for me. I think he's right here. I think him and Worthy, I'm kind of going to project them
The same.
similarly rest of the season. They're just kind of boom bust wide receivers at this point that are a threat to score a 60-yard touchdown at any given moment, but can also give you like 3 points in a given week.
What are your thoughts on
Shaheed?
Sorry, go ahead.
What do you got? Shaheed, Worthy, or JMO? Start, bench, cut one rest of the season.
Keep Shaheed. Trade Worthy. Cut JMO.
I would probably lean. I don't know, man. Worthy has just been so disappointing. Like, I want to say start Worthy, but I don't know. I guess I'd keep Worthy, trade JMO, cut Shaheed still, I think. I don't know if Shaheed changed a whole lot for me. Like, I need to see it first from Shaheed, quite honestly, before I can really put him above those two guys, I think.
The biggest thing I like about Shaheed is his ability to get downfield right. And with Darnold, I think that's definitely a massive upgrade for downfield targets, like compared to Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shaw. Like, and also with teams having to worry about JSN and how he's getting downfield, like the Seahawks offense now is pretty scary. Like they have so much speed on that offense, and like, call me crazy, but like, can you guys see the Seahawks make it run in the NFC? Like, dude, they look great. Like their defense is nasty. They got great defensive scheme, and then the offense.
NFC West is stacked right now.
Yeah, like them and the Rams are like going band for band.
And the Niners good too, bro. Don't sleep.
I just don't know if I see it because of how injured their defense is. Like rest of the season for the Niners,
they wouldn't make a deep run. They would
their
just
offense will still be a bitch.
Shit fucking pick.
All right. What are we thinking? Debo.
Okay,
the more I'm thinking about it, like Debo could even slide down a tier for me.
Is Rome moving at all for you? He drops an absolute goose egg in a nail biter 50-point Bears game. Like, what does that mean for Rome?
So sneaky takeaway that I'm becoming woke to now about this Bengals defense is, right, we all know this Bengals defense is awful, but they have one corner, DJ Turner, who is quietly making a name for himself. If you look at like more of the like traditional ex wide receiver one sort of guys that have been facing the Bengals, they're not getting there for fantasy. And I think that's mainly due to DJ Turner. I watched some of the film on him after seeing some tweets about him, and I think there's a reason for these tweets, right? We're accustomed to thinking like, oh, Bengals defense, like everybody's trash, like start everyone. Well, they have one corner who can cover. So why are teams going to waste their time throwing at the one guy who can cover when the rest of their defense can't? So I think that's my biggest takeaway from the Rome dud week last week. And something that we need to think about going forward is like wide receiver ones facing the Bengals might not necessarily be the best starts, but the more like wide receiver 2, 3s, tight ends, running backs, like those are the guys you want to play against these Bengals. So that's just something to think about.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a fair take. It just makes me nervous, right?
Yeah.
Like, how can I confidently start somebody that absolutely drops me a goose egg? I think he's an interesting buy low for sure. But yeah, he's probably going to drop a little bit for me in my rankings because he was like borderline top 10 previously for me.
The only thing I would say is like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't know if any of these guys in the tiers have dropped like a straight goose egg, but I think these guys all have like a sub 5-point performance in their range of outcomes. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's why I'm having him in this tier. Saying that though, like makes me want to raise Devontae Adams because I think Devontae has a little bit more of a floor than all those guys. And he's just so involved in the red zone. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put Adams in A.
I might take Adams over Pickens. That might be a little bit of a hot take, but
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think Drake London goes above Pickens though.
Yeah, no, I think so. Drake London looked.
That's right.
Dude's
Might be above like Buka, to be honest.
Is he above Justin Jefferson? I would argue I don't. I have been saying I hate that Vikings offense, bro. I hate their QBs. I just hate it all. I hope it all burns.
Hey, win against the Lions though, you know, my boy JJ McCarthy pulls out the dub for the
How do you feel about him?
You know, I'm holding out hope. He definitely looked better than he did in his first couple weeks. That I think like everybody can say for sure. Was the passing volume there, and is he giving you like 250 and 2 or 250 and 3 like you would, you know, want? No, but you know, he's still a young quarterback. I'm gonna give him a few weeks, right? This is still really like his second or third week ever in the NFL.
It's his third game.
He's just a winner. He's just a winner.
He just wins games.
You guys sound like Jackson Dart truthers, bro. He's just Jackson Dart.
I need to talk about Jackson Dart because I'm switching lanes on him a little bit. Like I think I'm in on Dart, dude. Like he's been so good for fantasy. Like we can't ignore it. We can't just pretend like he's not scoring 25 points a game because we don't like him. Like he's a first round pick who's scoring 25 points a game.
Hey, I said I like him for fantasy. I just don't like him, and I would never pick him up. But I always say, like, go get you there.
Yeah, no, he might have to break into that kind of top 10 QBs, fantasy wise for sure.
Another quarterback I wanted to shout is Joe Flacco. Like, are we projecting Joe Flacco like where we were projecting Joe Burrow rest of the season? Like, because numbers wise, he's doing like the same shit Joe Burrow does. Maybe a little more picks. Like, I don't know.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, I don't know if he's a must start every week, but I think he's definitely like, you know, I think he's also kind of breaking into that top 10, top 12 QBs tier where you're, you know, you can definitely feel decent about putting him in your lineup.
Joe Flacco or Daniel Jones rest of the season?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to rock with Daniel Jones. As crazy as that sounds. But the thing also about Joe Flacco is that because the Bengals defense is like pretty bad, these games are just like shootouts.
They're
always so high scoring. So like he just gets there in fantasy. Yeah, it's like the Dak treatment a little bit.
Joe Flacco or Caleb Williams rest of the season?
Dude, I low-key want to say Joe Flacco.
I'm going Joe Flacco. I don't care, dude. The Bears defense is bad too, but I'm going Joe Flacco. The Bears have been trying to run the ball way more.
I like Caleb just for the rushing upside he has too. I just think I like that.
That's a good point.
Joe Flacco's injury prone. I mean, he's 42 behind a bag of line. Like I know he gets it out most of the time before he gets hit, but old man can only get rocked so many times. Like
Joe Flacco,
like 2 times.
Joe Flacco or Jordan Love?
Joe Flacco.
Flacco or Goff?
Jordan Love's like Joe Flacco.
Yeah, probably Flacco.
Flacco or T-Law? That's easy.
Flacco.
Yeah. Flacco or Herbert?
Flacco. Oh wait, no, you just said Herbert. Give me a
Yeah,
Herb.
I'm still
give me
Herbert.
Herbert.
You just threw him in there with that.
Flacco or Dart?
Rushing upside.
Yeah.
He's running really touchdown hot on rushing touchdowns right now. I think he's
mean-
gotten one in like his past 6 starts, and I think that's probably going to continue.
Yosh, for this rushing upside shit, like, sure, it boosts your floor, but like, Dart's ceiling outcome is 29 points this year. Joe Flacco's dropped 36 last week and 29 the weeks. In the last 3 weeks, 29, 24, 36. It doesn't matter about rushing if you're slinging 4 touchdowns every week, baby. Come on.
I mean, he's
Come on.
able to get like consistently 60 rushing yards and a tud. That's like 10 points from rushing. If he can just be a better passer, he just needs to have like a mid Aaron Rodgers game, which is like 200 yards.
Yeah, it helps the floor for sure. Like Flacco's floor is definitely worse.
Was that the most points we've seen or most yards thrown we've seen from a quarterback this season? Last week from Flacco, goes
It
for
might have been.
470.
Yeah, I think it
It
probably
might be.
is.
Yeah.
Flacco or Baker? Bucks with
Same
the
tier.
29th hardest QB schedule rest of the season, by the way. That's what I have pulled up if you
Who
guys.
Baker does?
Yeah.
I think I'd have to put him in the same tier. And unless Baker starts showing a higher ceiling, I think I would want Flacco.
Yeah.
Crazy world.
I don't know. I think that's like a kind of something I'd have to think about for a long time. Like, if I'm a Baker owner and somebody offers me Flacco for Baker and a 1-for-1, like, I don't want to accept it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it feels gross to accept. So it's, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd probably still lean Baker, honestly. But like it's very close.
All right, last one. Flacco or Drake May?
Yeah, Drake May.
Yeah,
I'm pretty high on Drake May too.
I think the biggest takeaway though is just because we're having this conversation, like if Joe Flacco's sitting on your waiver wire, because I know he is in certain leagues, like he's still sitting on mine in certain leagues, like go and pick him up, dude. Like you can start him. Like I know it's not sexy to throw Joe Flacco in your lineup, but when you're throwing in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, like I think unless you're Jake Browning, I guess, like there for fantasy. All right. Trade deadline. It doesn't seem like anything else has gone through since we've gone live, of course, but there's about 20 minutes till the deadline. Hoping Brees Hall will get moved. Thank you guys that are all tuned in. Make sure to drop a sub, like the stream if you haven't already. Let's get back to these wide receiver tiers. Let's get this E tier down, right? So do you guys think Jacoby Myers, DJ Moore are fair to have over these 3 group of guys? Because I feel like these 5 like stick out to me for sure. Like I might make another tier of guys lower.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like a lower tier.
I might like Juwan, kind of alongside Worthy Williams, more Shaheed. Like I think that he kind of belongs there, but yeah, I mean,
I think these guys, maybe even Terry's here, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with Terry now after the Jaden injury.
Where you have Debo?
Here.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like Debo's just like a little safer to the Mariota stuff than Terry is. Like Terry's just such like he gets there with downfield stuff, right? He gets there with touchdowns. He gets there with vertical routes, like, and that's just not Mariota's game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's true. When's Ricky coming back?
Yeah, that's another name that I'm like, do we throw him here, like, just because he will be coming back? Do we throw Matthew Golden in this kind of range too?
I'm a little concerned about what his production will be like when he comes back, just based off of what the receiving production is right now for Niners receivers. I mean, Mac Jones is playing good, don't get me wrong, but like your wide receivers CMC, and I don't think that changes weirdly. Like George Kittle's your receiver 3, basically. Then you got Jawan Jennings, Kendrick Bourne kind of got booted to the side. I guess Jawan's feeling better now. But
Speaking of Kittle, are we concerned with him at all?
I
Yes.
am.
Yes.
But I think this is always like the ride you get with Kittle and why he's always in the 6th round normally. And this year we thought we were smart taking him in the 4th. He's always injured and he's always
like third this year at a certain point, I feel like, right?
yeah. I think I
did think that felt a little too rich.
And it's just you hope for that 20-point game. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't, and this is his floor. This is the Kittle experience. Like it really is, bro.
That's so true. Yeah, no, it's honestly like hate to say it as a Niners fan, but it's so true. Like Kittle just when he's on, and he'll give you 3 weeks in a row where he gives you 15 to 20, but then the next 3 weeks he might give you 4, 5, and 5.
Best quarterbacks in my waiver are Kyler Murray and Brissett. Should we just make a QB tier list first? I feel like there's just so much you can just take away like the whole offense with the QB tier list because I feel like this is pretty set.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Kittle fighting the injury. How long is Purdy out? Do we know? Is there like a timetable on that?
Calling us who out?
Purdy.
Dude, I feel like he's like been able to play for a while, low key.
Yeah.
Oh no, Brian needs to update his trade block post for a 3rd round pick for Joe Flacco.
For real.
I'll send him 2 3rd round picks.
Yeah, I could have gotten Joe Flacco for cheap. He offered me like Flacco, Shuck, and something else for like, some change. Probably like a 2nd round pick or something. And I was like, okay, dude, I don't need like 6 QBs on my lineup, but it doesn't feel too bad now.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
I think he sent me a Flacco one too. I declined.
Right. I'm trying to think about if there's anything I dislike in this tight end tier list.
Are you guys picking up Kyler Murray when he's back?
No. Keep me as far away.
He's not a top 18 QB.
In redraft leagues, I feel like unless I'm really down bad, I'm not rostering 2 QBs. That's just like kind of how I usually do it.
I'm in this 110 man, and there's 2 players who have 7 quarterbacks combined, and it is just screwing everyone.
That is pretty bad.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, man, I can't blame. It's working, right? But
You just upload a picture of Joe Flacco.
there you go. Goat Flacco, baby.
I like that tier. I think you might have to lower. Okay, let's organize the tiers. I feel like the organized tiers is very important. Do we put Mahomes over Allen, or is Allen really just like that regular season? You're muted, Ant? Question mark.
My bad. Yeah, I could see. These ones are really hard for me. Like, I think it just depends on the week and the matchup. I will say I could argue Mahomes over Allen just because of how much more the Bills try to run the ball.
I was really hoping I would see a Bills trade for a receiver. I was hoping it was going to be.
They've shown us they don't.
Hey, we've still got time. There's still time.
They'll just throw to Tyler Shavers or whatever that one guy's name is.
Shavers.
Yeah.
I do think the wide receiver trades are done. Like, I think there's still a chance we might see some last minute running back deals, but I don't know if there's any other wide receivers that I can see being dealt.
Not surround generational quarterback talent with decent receivers. Love that for them.
All right, let's. Oh, Joe Flacco. I guess I didn't even need to put his face because he's right here. Actually, no. Let's leave his face. Let's leave his face. Hurts May. Does that feel like a fine A tier? Is there any of these B tier guys that you can put in there?
I would want to argue maybe Herbert.
Yeah, I could do Herbert.
But I think you can just rearrange the tier, just put him at the top.
Yeah,
I would put Dak below. I would put Joe or Dak,
I might be Joe. Him and
which
Dak
is
are
crazy because they literally have the same like process for how we're ranking them right now.
yeah.
And Dak's 8 years younger and is on a contract that's 10 times bigger.
No, give me Joe Flacco.
Crazy.
Joe Flacco has
Crazy,
Jamar Chase and T.
crazy,
Higgins, and their
crazy.
defense is worse than the Cowboys.
I'll say
Actually,
this: I
I
will
don't
never
know.
buy Dak. I will never buy Dak in Dynasty. He's a scam. He's a scam. I refuse to do it.
I don't know. Maybe he's behind Dak.
He wants Dak so bad.
I hate Dak, dude. But I want to make a statement, bro. But about Dak.
Stafford here too with Darnold.
Yeah,
I think that's
Stafford top 12 QB.
I think
Where
he is just because of how I think the biggest bump for Stafford this year for me, and that I was kind of discrediting a couple weeks ago, was just how much more they're throwing in the red zone because of Devontae Adams, like, and how much that is helping Stafford for fantasy. Like in years past, they just kind of he would get there with the yardage. It was just he wasn't necessarily getting the touchdowns because they were running the ball with Kyron in the red zone. But now they got Devontae Adams, who's basically like a goal line wide receiver. I saw a thing that I think it was Devontae Adams has 7 catches in the red zone, and they're all touchdowns. Which is just kind of a funny stat. So I think I got to bump up Stafford a bit because of that. And that might also be another reason why I was kind of hating on Kyron a bit earlier in the stream, was because of that rushing like touchdowns that we kind of came to expect with Kyron. We're just not getting as many as those because of how often they're throwing in the red zone now. Any other moves we should make here, and then we can do running backs?
Hard to find top
throw
12
throw Kyler into the abyss, bro.
I don't think he's C. I would rather have Jordan Love over Kyler for sure. I would move those two.
Even with no Kraft?
Dude, I might even take T-Law over Kyler.
They have so many options. Like, is Luke Musgrave that much of a bum? Like, he's not going to put up Tucker Kraft numbers, but I don't think Tucker Kraft was really like the answer for Green Bay. I don't think he was like why they're playing good.
Kyler still has Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride he's throwing the ball to, and they have no run game.
But he doesn't throw the ball to Marvin Harrison.
Trey Benson comes back.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, the upside was definitely there at one point for Kyler, but
maybe
I just don't know if I have him and Jordan Love in different tiers right now. So maybe you can move both of them up, and that kind of brings down C tier as a whole. But
I think I'm going to leave this as it is, just because I don't want to start any of these guys really. Mm-hmm. Like, these guys all feel similar to me. Like, these guys are the matchup dependent guys.
Yeah, your low end QB2s.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to running backs. It'll be a little more fun to talk through. I think I'm moving CMC to my 1, just because I think his floor is a little higher than JT. Gibbs A-Chain. Gibbs has had a couple floor weeks now.
Give me Jacobs over both of them.
Really? Whoa. I don't know if I'm there.
Maybe Cook. Maybe Cook's the better guy to move right there. Then you move Jacobs to yeah. I think Cook might be top of that tier, low key. Thoughts?
I don't know.
I think Jacobs deserves to be in there too. I think he's what do we not like about Jacobs for him to be in B tier?
Just I think the offense is going to be a lot worse now with no Kraft. And Kraft is also Kraft is pretty important in their run game. Yeah. Like, he's kind of like a kid. Like, he's not as good of a blocker as Kittle, but he's like a big part of their outside run game, especially. So I think that him going down hurts Jacobs a bit. That's why I'm I don't view Jacobs differently from Javonte and Saquon though right now. Like, I think they're all kind of similar guys. I just think Gibbs, A-Chain, Cook all have a little bit of a higher ceiling on a week-to-week basis.
Yep. I think you got to throw Scat off the rankings.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you putting Tyrone?
Dude, I might nuke Tyrone. Did you see him and Devin Singletary split 50-50 this week?
Yep.
Like, oof. That feels gross. If they're gonna keep that up, I don't know if you could start either of them.
I don't know why they get Singletary involved.
I might move Genty up a tier. I might move him to the back of this.
How about Chase Brown?
I don't know though. Yeah, Chase Brown I think can move up maybe right behind Swift for me. I think, or maybe Warren can be ahead of Chase Brown, but I think Kamara you got to nuke. I think Kamara's like down in this abyss. I think JCM's at the bottom of it.
Okay, move him up above. Okay, organize it. We have to organize it a little bit. All right, where are we putting Chuba?
Chuba is F tier.
Yeah.
Behind.
Because I don't think Bill's worse than everyone in this tier. I think Bill is probably better start than like Travion.
I don't know, dude. Travion almost scored like 10 points this week. Like it looked pretty good.
Oh no!
The expectations of Travion.
Oh, Dremonte Jones to the Ravens. Is that a real player? Dremonte.
Eagles, AJ Brown officially not getting traded.
Yeah, Adam Shefty has reported it. Random post, by the way.
I know. Like, are we just gonna report every player who doesn't get traded? Breaking. Josh Jacobs still a Packer.
Now the Eagles should trade him out of spite.
Breaking. Ashton Genty staying with the Raiders.
Jalen Waddle still with Dolphins.
Yeah,
that's the headlines you're gonna see.
Dolphins didn't sell anybody besides Phillips.
Dude, they should sell Waddle to the Bills.
I think I'd take Bucky over Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I think that's right. Does ETN move up a tier?
No. If anything, Genty might move down to that tier. And Judkins might move down from that tier.
Maybe I'll leave. Genty does feel more similar to these guys, but I think I have him at the top of it now.
Yeah, and at that point, I feel like Judkins kind of falls off because of his lack of receiving upside. I don't know. I separate my tiers a lot, guys. I'm kind of weird like that.
I think these four guys need to go down. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Dobbins?
Yes.
I don't know about Dobbins.
RJ Harvin's looking good.
What is Dobbins giving you, Yosh? Like, has Dobbins scored more than 15 points?
Is he that much worse than Chase Brown to be in a tier lower than Chase Brown?
Yes. Chase Brown just scored 20 points a game without 20 points last week without scoring a touchdown. Like, J.K. Dobbins' ceiling is 15 points a game, and he's been trending down. He has 6 points last week. He's had under 10 points in 3 of his last 4 games. Like, I don't know.
No, that's just like tough matchups if you're going to go there. It's Giants and Houston.
Giants are not a tough matchup against the running backs. Houston is. Jets aren't.
And they get the Raiders, Chiefs, Washington, Raiders, Packers, Jags, Chiefs.
That's a tough ass schedule. The only good matchup there is Washington.
Is that a better schedule than Quinshon Judkins?
Yeah, I think so. Let me look up the Mike Clay running back rest of the season here. Pull this up. Can you guys see it?
Because I just don't think you can separate him from
Quinshon Judkins has the 3rd best running back schedule rest of the season. J.K. Dobbins has the 30th best running back schedule rest of the season.
I get where Josh is coming from. Like, he is still getting the majority of carries in that offense. And
like, I know we like offenses with young RB2s with 2nd-round draft capital, but
Dobbins just doesn't catch passes though. Like, that's my biggest thing with him.
Yeah.
Like, Chase Brown scored 19, 25, 15. It's kind of the same argument we were making with like, oh, Kyron's trending down, Genty's trending up. Like, Dobbins is trending down, Chase Brown's trending up to me.
I would agree. I don't know if Dobbins is quite in that same tier as a couple of those other guys. You know, I feel like
you have to separate this F tier then. You can't just
I think he's clearly the top of these. That, like, yes. But I view him more similar to these guys than I do these guys. Is where I'm at.
Yeah, I think we need another tier.
Yeah, I think so too.
We need an F minus tier, like a Z tier.
Like a handcuff tier.
Yeah.
How about an
See what
ass tier?
Ass. Yeah.
Let's start with Travion, maybe.
Okay. I don't know if I would have gone with him first. Probably Tony, Jordan, Nick.
Yeah, I get Chubb in there.
Maybe
Put
we can-
Ramondre up wherever you put Travion. I think you have to literally rank them next to each other. That's my take.
Does this feel right?
I feel like they're both at ass, bro.
Tajay.
Ramondre and
That's what
Travion.
I'm thinking too, dude.
Dude, I started Ramondre a couple of weeks. That's all
I might
I'm
put
saying.
dude. I might put Kamara
I
in
mean,
ass.
dude, I'm starting Chuba, but they're still
about
they're
Tajay
still
Spears?
ass, bro.
Tajay Spears top of
Oh,
ass.
okay. Why are we
Tajay
putting
bottom
Tajay at the top?
I
Why are
think
you
he's
so high
mid
on
ass. I
Tajay?
think he's mid ass.
I think I got
Phil up there?
Spears. I got Spears over Pollard. I think I have Spears over Chuba.
Damn, the Panthers didn't move either of them.
RJ Harvey, is he sneaking in here?
Yeah.
Has Caleb Johnson still
We'll
done
put
nothing?
RJ Harvey right behind Tajay. Right ahead of. Maybe he's top of ass. I don't know.
So is Caleb Johnson like a bust? Like, what's going on with him?
Yes.
Caleb Johnson is throwing the towel. Surrender. Get that guy off your team. It's cooked. It's cooked for that guy.
I think this feels pretty good. Dobbins and Demont do feel like the best two guys here. Like I could put all three of these guys down to ass. Kenneth Walker's giving you nothing, dude.
Yeah, but he just has a rule. That's kind of just,
So does Ramondre. So does RJ Harvey. So does Tajay Spears.
Yeah, but they don't have a 60% workload rule.
Tajay Spears does.
Is Aaron Jones anybody you're kind of throwing into the mix? I mean, he gives you 12 points.
Yeah. I should throw Aaron Jones in here because he's actually been looking pretty good, to be honest.
And then where are you putting Tyrone? Are you putting Tyrone in F?
I think Aaron Jones would be like right behind Demont. And then Tyrone's like, if he's splitting workload, dude, he's like right here.
I put him above Tony.
Why? Maybe.
What do you maybe?
I mean, he 50-50 workload on the Giants with Jackson Dart, who doesn't check the ball down. Like, I don't know.
Make a pink fluffy handcuff tier, says Frizzle. What does that mean, Frizzle?
I think this feels pretty good.
I
think I'm moving Kamara to ass. I don't care.
How sloped it is.
Yeah, I'm moving Walker and Charbonnet.
I was like, not just hard.
I think this is what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't have a ton of complaints here.
All right, so let's refresh.
1 minute until the deadline's over.
Trade deadline. Eagles not trading down. Gardner stunned by the trade. Damn. This is crazy.
Saints are trading O-line Trevor Penning to the Chargers 55 seconds ago.
Joe Alt is done, so this would be when we might see some last minute deals coming in, so we'll hang out for a bit. I'm really hoping Breece Hall gets moved. Let's talk about some like defensive outlooks that the trade deadline's left. We talked about Sauce Gardner going to the Colts. That's no longer a wide receiver target matchup wise. The Jets are now suddenly looking like one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So the Jets are going to be a great matchup week to week for our guys.
Are they though? They have like good emerging corners right now.
They just traded Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I know. They still have like good corners. Like they aren't just.
They traded another. Who's the other good corner? They just traded
Let me look.
Michael Davis. They just traded another starting corner too.
Before I start talking too much on my butt, bro, but I don't think they're gonna be dumpster fire yet. But I don't
Dude,
know.
they
Their
just traded
offense
their
doesn't
best
do
run
anything
defender,
either.
their best corner.
Why would the Jets pick up John Mechie III?
They must
And
like him.
I was just talking about how it was weird. They just got 2 receivers as like throw-ins. Clearly, Arian Smith ain't the truth as their receiver too. Like they're rocking with Tyler Johnson and Alan Lazard right now. Like,
Dude, Josh, look at this cornerback room, dude.
yeah, it's pretty like decent right now, bro. The QBR against them is like in the 70s for all of them.
Dude,
It's like green, bro.
Have you heard of these guys?
Josh knows
Hey,
all
bro,
these
they're,
guys.
they're, dude, Joe, go on RotoWire right now, bro.
Oh.
They are all in the green. All of
Oh.
them are in the green. In terms of QB rating against them when throwing against them, which is good. Like they aren't great, but they're not like bad. Like I think we should project them as like a defense 20, 24. They have a defensive minded head coach too. Like,
Dude, their defense has just been bad already, and now they just traded like their 2 best guys. I don't know.
Yeah, Jets are a dumpster fire.
they are.
Get me away from that team.
AD Mitchell already listed as their receiver too.
Oh.
And it's not like that's an accident, guys. They put John Mechie down. They moved down Arian Smith. Like,
Yeah. They put
they
Arian
literally
in the shadow
did
realm.
update it.
Oh my god, this
Interesting.
offense, if you showed me this offense like last year before the season, I would have been like, okay, what are they doing over here?
They're cooking.
No more last minute deals coming in yet. Maybe give it a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see about Brees Hall.
Do any of you guys have players you're delusionally hopeful about? Besides LeBron's. Besides Jalen Coker, do we have any other delusional players we like?
I don't know. I feel like my delusion is gone on JCM now. I'm probably slightly delusionally excited about JJ, hoping that
McCarthy.
he can do a little bit of something.
I think I'm a little delusional about Theo Johnson. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a player I like a lot.
Yeah.
Who else am I kind of... Who was I looking into the snap share for today that I really was confused about? I didn't like the Bills and how they have Keon Coleman as their player running the most routes and just doing absolutely nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping Isaiah Davis faster than BTJ dropping passes. Crazy. Anyone you're picking up this week, guys?
Let me see. Let me look at a couple of my waiver wires. There's nothing that like
You
flies
still
at
picking
me,
up
though.
Parker Washington?
I picked him up already. I think I'm picking up Alec Pierce if he's on my waivers. 12% rostered in ESPN leagues.
So what's this Alec Pierce hype? Are you Alec Pierce over Josh Downs?
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the wide receiver rankings.
Trey Harris is emerging too. He's getting a lot of snaps right now.
Mainly just running when they run the ball, though. That's the only thing. Alec Pierce. I need to get him. Hold up. Dang. So it looks like Brees Hall is not getting moved. That's crazy, bro.
Save my guy, bro. What the
That's
hell?
actually, he posted about it too, bro. That's actually insane.
What did he say?
I think, or it might have been fake, bro. It was just like a little meme.
Okay.
When one of his teammates got traded, it was like him behind like a wall.
Can we put
a little
Alex
Shaq
Pierce,
meme?
like here? Like in this range of guys?
You gotta share your screen.
Oh, my bad. Does that seem fair? Oh, I just realized it still doesn't have QJ. The QJ picture I had left us.
It also doesn't have Keenan.
So I mean, I didn't watch the Colts game this week, but I do see the numbers on Alec Pierce. What's the kind of hype there? He hasn't done a whole lot for you this season. I mean, he gives you kind of one big game, but
It's
I mean,
more of
he
a takeaway of them trading away
AD
Adonai
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
okay.
It's more I just kind of view like he's in the past he's been like strictly a downfield guy, right? This year he's like actually getting more wide receiver routes, more wide receiver, like your typical wide receiver stuff, right? He's catching more balls over the middle of the field. He's catching your outbreakers. Like he's not just a sacrificial X like he's been the last 2 years.
Mm.
And Daniel Jones is getting him the ball.
Is Adonai Mitchell somebody that was actually getting like a decent percent of snap shares or like routes run or anything like that, or
He
not
wasn't
really?
getting a bunch of burn. This might be more of like a dynasty takeaway for Pierce, but it just shows me that like the Colts believe in him and they're probably going to re-sign him long term, like because he is a free agent after this year. I was actually listening to a pod and they were saying they could see Alec Pierce getting like 15 million a year, like based on where the market is going with wide receivers. And I know that sounds gross, but like that's not crazy for what he's doing right now. Like I think the stat I was telling Yash is he's over 60 yards in 7 of the 9 games this year or something like that. Like
So why?
he
Okay,
is also running touchdown cold. Like he hasn't I don't think he scored a touchdown and he's
Right.
still he hasn't scored a touchdown. He's got 17 points once, 15 points another week. Like still pretty boom bust, but like you could do worse than starting Alec Pierce.
right.
It might be more realistic to put him in like this range of guys.
I don't know if Alec Pierce is over Josh Downs for me yet. That's just how I feel. I mean, I'm also a Josh Downs owner, but like, I mean, Josh
think
Downs
he
past
is.
4 week is giving you 11, 16, 13, 16 and a half.
It kind of just gets there in
Pierce
like
is just a little more
lucky
game
ways.
script dependent. Or Downs has scored touchdowns in the last 3 weeks and still hasn't topped Alec Pierce's ceiling outcome this year.
Got a garbage time touchdown this week.
Like if Pierce turns one of these deep bombs into a touchdown, like he'll have a 20-point week.
Right.
Are we picking up Adonai Mitchell?
It's less of like saying like, oh, like Alec Pierce wide receiver 2 rest of the season, but I just think we need to give him a little more respect. Like if AD Mitchell was doing what he had been doing, like we would be talking about AD Mitchell, you know? Like
He'd be
Alec Pierce
rostered
is
in
still
60% of
a
leagues.
second round wide receiver, like
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
If Luther Burden was doing what Alamid Zacchaeus was doing right now, he'd be rostered in 80% of leagues.
What about how do we feel about Troy Franklin? Seems like his target
Oh.
share is there, but he's he produces sometimes, he busts sometimes. I mean,
I think he can kind of fit into the mix of these guys. The F tier guys.
Where are you putting Christian Kirk?
Worse than the F tier guys.
that's what I was gonna say.
I think it's malpractice from the Texans organization to trot out Christian Kirk there and completely erase Jalen Noel after what he showed. Like, why are we not putting Jalen Noel on the field? He's looked good. He's looked explosive. It just feels bad.
It felt wrong dropping him before the games, and then when I saw what happened, I was like, oh, well, that's surprising, but not surprising at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I do got to get out of here. It doesn't seem like any last minute trades are going through, sadly. Of course, no trades actually go through.
Bruce Hall really said sick about my brothers, man. Happy for them, but man, I'm sick right now. There's no way, dude. Save my boy. Like, what is going on? That's actually sad to see.
All right. Well,
they're not even going to be able to run now because they're just going to be down every game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Thank you guys that hopped on the stream. Appreciate y'all. That was a fun one talking some trade deadline takeaways. Make sure to drop a sub on the channel, like the stream, join the Discord. Always talking ball in there. Appreciate y'all again for hopping in. Sad about our boy Brees not getting moved, but good to see that some deals did go through today. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Probably go live on Thursday before Thursday Night Football. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Sounds good. All
All
right.
right.
Peace, boys.
Deuces.